This will be Bible Music 3. And of course, we're using the Scofield Bible, Study Bible number 3, large print, New International Version. And I told you of all the previous books I had used before to find music in the Bible. But I thought I was done and using the cross references that I showed you in here before. But in the Scofield Bible, there are also some other things that are quite interesting, and one of them is the concordance, which is in the back. Now, what I did recently, I went into the concordance and I looked up something, for example, like trumpet, and I looked up some other things, but then I went to music in general, and there was a long, long list in there. So I went through that and I found some places that I had not marked before because I went in the concordance. So what I had done before, as I showed you before, I had all this marked out where there were pages to go, so forth. So that's page 1. But what I've had to do in here, and that's page 2, and that's page 3, I have had to add some in there, which I didn't have before because I found some additional. I mean, for example, you'll see a little arrow right there. That tells you that I had to add some more that were not in here. Therefore, that concordance was very helpful. By the way, I'm keeping this in here so I can find them. But, for example, another thing I can do with the concordance is to find something about a particular instrument, and with the concordance find that one thing all the way through, rather than following all of these cross references. For example, there's one on music right there. You'll find it right here. And there's the scripture and so forth. And I have that always marked out like that. And I've done that, as you know, all the way through so I can go to the page number. Or I can follow the cross references. Or sometimes there are notes and so forth, and I've showed you that before. And some of the notes are extremely helpful. Especially in the Psalms. If you look at the Psalms here, for example, you will see a lot of music in the Psalms, because the Psalms are indeed very, very musical, so that most of the things are in the Psalms. Now, another place, though, that you did get quite a bit of reference to music is in the book of Revelation. And that book, of course, is a prophetic book, and that is also very good. Now, another thing in this other Scofield Bible that was not in the first one, it has a subject chain reference. So here you can actually go by subject, as you see, and you can find all the chain references that way, rather than going through the entire Bible. So that's another thing in the Scofield Bible that is very helpful in addition to the concordance. But there's another one which is called a subject index. That's a subject index. And there's another one called index to proper names. And then you get to the concordance. So you see, all of these are additions to what you find within this Bible itself. So this Bible itself is quite helpful when it comes to music. And these are some ways in which one may use this to find music, which I have done. And I have kept all of these also so I can go all the way through and find each one. So this is going to be very helpful in finding out everything in music. and I have used the Scofield Study Bible number 3, large print, New International Version, because as I say, it does have these additional things in the back and more cross references in general than the regular Scofield Bible does. And it has all of the notes and articles laid out so that you can see them with lines around them rather than hunt like the other one. So this is number 3 in what I call Bible music. I wrote that down just so I didn't forget.